Well, Arsenal is playing Barcelona today, and obviously we've gone ahead to bring you what we think about this beautiful game of football. It's going to be happening at the Sofia Stadium down in America, that is USA, and the capacity is going to be 70,000. Tickets sold out. Very huge game between Arsenal and Barcelona, and you all know what it means when these two sides really met. I remember they really had a very good game to display in 2006, the final of the Champions League that I've ever seen Arsenal play in, where Barcelona pulled one back, and obviously in the extra time they really scored one goal coming from Julian Belletti to make it 2-1, and obviously Arsenal failed to win the Champions League trophy. But all that came about after Arsenal had gotten a red card as Jens Lehmann stopped Samuel Eto'o from obviously approaching the goal of Arsenal to obviously do the effort and make it count. But then later he was shown a red card for blocking what we call a clear and obvious chance to score the goal, and he found himself in a situation of putting Arsenal to just one man down or one man less. But remember, Jens Lehmann in that Champions League season, I think he never even considered a single goal. So Jens Lehmann never looked like a good goalkeeper, but he has lots of records, led Arsenal to the invisible season. So he's been one of those goalkeepers that you need to put respect to his name. So let's see close to 400 likes. Smash on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. Now, as it stands, Arsenal is going to take on Barcelona. That is today. And when you look at Barcelona, I think they last played Arsenal in 2011. At home, the game ended 2-1, right? That is at Emirates. It was Robin van Persie and Ashavin. That was 2011. That was when Arsenal really scored and won that game at Emirates. When they went to it's called Catalonia. That is Camp Nou. Arsenal was beaten, I think, by 4-1, putting the aggregate, I think, was it 4-3 down there in Barcelona. And Xavi was still a player of Barcelona, and Mikel Arteta was a player at Arsenal. Not so, I'm not mistaken. Now, when you look at Barcelona, they're really having some players out like Jules Koundé, Alejandro Balde, Eric Garcia, Oriol Romeu, and all are really having what we call a stomach bag. But we might see Ilkay Gundogan coming in through and obviously coming in through and doing the needful, and Inigo Martinez might also come in through to the side of Barcelona. For Barcelona, we expect Ter Stegen to start in goal, Roberto, Christensen, Martinez and Alonso. That's the back four. Ilkay Gundogan, Frank Kessié and Pedri to play the midfield three, and Rafinha, Lewandowski and Fatih are expected to lead the line for Barcelona. But for Arsenal, they're really having some injuries. Zinchenko is a doubt into this beautiful game of football. Then who else? Zinchenko is a doubt. Reece Nelson is a doubt also. He's not part of this game. And I think those are the only two injuries that Arsenal are really having. But the rest of the players are fit. So that takes us into what we call the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal as they take on Barcelona down in America, the Sofia Stadium. So let's see, who do we think Mikel Arteta is really going to drop or bring in? I believe he's going to drop a couple of players and obviously maintain some that obviously played against Manchester United. Remember, after that shameful defeat of Man United, because Arsenal went strong, you know, with Ramsdale, Timber, Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Tomiyasu, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, Edin Nketiah, Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. But they never really happened to obviously break through Manchester United, and instead they conceded 2 goals from Manchester United. But this time round, it's a time for Mikel Arteta and his army to obviously leave the USA with their heads high, as they did last preseason, because they left USA after beating Chelsea by 4-0. And today, if they beat Barcelona, it's going to be something great for them, and they won't fail to celebrate this. Now, I think people went ahead to select Ramsdale, but I don't see any reason as to why he can't really start in the goal of Arsenal. That is it, because all those goals are really waiting through were because of the mistakes that Arsenal really made. Gabriel Magalhaes missing out onto that undirected ball from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Sancho capitalized onto this and onto that and made it 2. Then the first one all came in from a player called what is his name, Bruno Fernandes, hitting it from the outside of the 18-yard box area, and he made it count in a very, very, very good way. So as it stands, it's all about Ramsdale. I think he's going to start in goal, and I think you guys know when this guy is in goal. Obviously, he's the most valuable goalkeeper, close to how many? He's valued for 80 million euros. That is it. Most valuable goalkeeper in the world right now. So, right back, I think this is a no-brainer with how he came out and really transformed that right back position of Arsenal. Obviously, knowing what Zinchenko does onto the left back, taking over Ben White and putting in what we call more ingredients as far as the right inverted right back is concerned. I think Julian Timber deserves a second start for Arsenal as they are getting ready for their next fixture to play against Monaco and Manchester City. Now, Julian Timber played very well, and as I told you, to me, he was my best player on the field of play, and as it stands, he's really going to start as the right back according to me. Left back, Zinchenko not yet ready. I'm obviously going to bring in a man known as Jakub Kiwior, because Jakub Kiwior is really a very good left back and a very good left-sided centre back, though he never played in the game of Manchester United for any minute. But I believe it's high time the manager brought him back, because I see lots of things in him that can obviously turn him into one of the best players into the league. Now, right-sided centre back, obviously William Saliba coming in through to play that position, and the left-sided centre back is Gabriel Magalhaes, the left back of Arsenal, who made a very big mistake. If at all Arteta, if at all I were him, I would have gone ahead to bench him and obviously play Jakub Kiwior with William Saliba, but I think he's going to bring him back, because every time has gone ahead to do a very huge mistake, he has gone ahead to bring him back on the field of play. We go to the midfield. This is something important, and I think it's all going to be Thomas Partey into the CDM position, playing as a single pivot into this fixture. And I think if Arteta doesn't start either Jorginho or Thomas Partey in the single pivot role, then we'll get to know that he's a man who doesn't learn from his mistakes. That is Thomas Partey for you. Then the other is Declan Rice, obviously signed for £105 million. That is a record fee for any English player in the Premier League ever bought. That is Declan Rice. I think is going to be played into the number 8 position to strengthen that area and obviously see how he obviously does it, because I don't see, though Barcelona is not as strong as they used to be, but I believe they can even take Arsenal to a beating that they'll always regret about, and I really anticipate that lots of things are really going to happen in the mix. Then on the left side of Thomas Partey, there comes the captain of Arsenal, that is Martin Odegaard, doing the needful for the club of Arsenal. So I believe the midfield three is going to drop Kai Havertz, and obviously Partey comes in for Kai Havertz, and as Partey comes in for Kai Havertz, Declan Rice will take over the Kai Havertz role and Partey will take over the Declan Rice role. And I believe this should be the ideal midfield of Arsenal, because you can't come out and obviously put Thomas Partey to such a huge, Declan Rice to such a huge test. You just have to bring him in to get used to this team and system of play as a number 8. Now, as the season grows, all grows old, then you can obviously get him on as a CDM in certain games. But right now, getting him as a CDM, he hasn't gone ahead to gain that experience that can obviously outdo Thomas Partey and Jorginho. So that's why I've told you that if today I don't see Arteta making those changes, getting in Thomas Partey and getting in Thomas Partey, Declan Rice and Odegaard in the midfield 3, or Jorginho, Thomas Partey and Declan Rice, then if at all he loses, then I'll come here and slate him. Unless otherwise brings them back with Kai Havertz and they win, then I'll say Arteta has proved me wrong. Now, we go to the right forward. We are going to be having Bukayo Saka playing as a right forward. Then the left forward is going to be Gabriel Martinelli. I think is going to get back. And I think the other one to be dropped is all about Eddie Nketiah. And Jesus is going to come through and obviously lead the line for the side of Arsenal. So Gabriel Jesus is really leading the line, and the reason as why I've not seen him start very many games in the preseason is simple. Arteta knows that he's a perfect fit into his system. That is it. Arteta knows it better, that this guy is a perfect fit into his system. That's why he just needs these others to be given chances to it that they really get in. But this game is so much important. After losing to Manchester United, you can't lose out on Barcelona, and the last time he played Barcelona as a player, he found himself in losing position, and they are knocked out by Barcelona in the UCL, that is the Champions League. Now, your thoughts onto this starting 11 are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about it? I've gone ahead to obviously put Aaron Ramsdale in goal. What do you make about it? Would you go in for Matana or Karl Hein in the mix? Go in and really let me know what you think about that. Right back, Julian Timber. Would you go Tomiyasu or Ben White? So that is all in the mix. Left back, Jakub Kivio. Would you go Kientieni or you'd go Tomiyasu? Then central defense, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. Would you drop Gabriel Magalhaes to penalize him for the mistake he did as Arsenal went ahead to play Man United and gave Jadon Sancho a gift? That is that and more are welcome in the comment section below. Thomas Partey coming in for Kai Havertz, Declan Rice and Odegaard, obviously in the midfield three. And then lastly, Bukayo Saka coming through in the mix, Martinelli left forward, and Jesus leading the line. So that is it, and now I'm waiting for your comments into the comment section below. And I stay Rokani David, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God protect you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. Ciao, ciao.